say we lived in the Marvel universe
And you can have a cup of coffee
with
with
Steve Rogers, Captain America, or with Deadpool. I would choose Deadpool, and I would choose him because the conversation would be interesting. He's sarcastic, he's very flawed, he's a mess, but he's interesting. Um, Having a cup of coffee with Steve Rogers would be like, I don't know, he's a nice guy, but he's so perfect that it's not very interesting. It would be kind of boring. So the same principle applies, at least for me, it applies when I'm writing or editing a main character in a manuscript. When I get to that editing stage, after I've written the first draft of the story, I'll go back into it and start editing it. And one thing I look for is I try to make sure that my main character has at least one huge, major, glaring personality flaw that they are completely blind to. And then I try to make sure that that flaw leads them to make a huge, terrible mistake. And I try to make sure there is a moment in the midway in the story where the main character suddenly realizes that they have a flaw. They suddenly become aware of this major personality quirk that is kind of ruining life. Then, throughout the rest of the story, I try to make sure there are moments where we see the main character struggling to overcome or get through to the other side of this massive personality flaw. And by the end of the story, either they have pushed through or they've chosen not to, and they're like a full on villain. So, my point is, I find it just very interesting to follow the lives of people who have, just like in real life, I like being friends with people who are not perfect because it's nice to see each other grow, and we want to see main characters grow too. Um, Now, with friends, of course, you hope that your friend doesn't grow into a villain. But in a story, I feel like it's nice to see it either way. You see someone grow to become like a hero, or you see them grow to become an anti-hero, or just a full-blown villain. But the point is, likable characters are never perfect. They have flaws, and there has to be a moment where you suddenly see them realize what their flaw is. And then the really interesting part is watching how they react to this new knowledge. That's it for today. Happy writing.